door is closed again. Nothing to do here.
Does Kuno care? No, Kuno doesn't.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison! Deny everything, Kuno.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
Kuno.
What do you see?
There's nothing else. It's getting late, and it's snowing. Time to call it a day.
Good night, officer. We'll meet.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small... The water reflects you almost look like a... An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your... The bed is comforting, if... The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
How have things been going for you out there?
This bastard isn't even listening to...
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs...
Hear that? Iceman wants to sleep. He doesn't care. It's much, much worse than that.
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad. We're trying to help you. All these processes, these...
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother.
Everything is so okay. Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again...
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you should... Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time you raise the peptide bottle. Press one nostril closed, and in now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity. Your little heart and let's be honest, there's a little you could work with this high. Like, literally work. Whoa, this shit is strong. This shit is to this. You kidding? There are massive downsides. Spring. Everything is...
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a speed button. Speed gives +1 to motoric skills. Perception,
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Nay, I haven't.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now...
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't...
Logic and reason won't work on this old bat. Better go for shameless emotion. The grandmother card will do the trick. Last chance to turn back.
What do you mean? I raised my own kids in this village and they are doing fine for themselves. No, they are good kids. No, they moved to Faubourg for work. Well,
You've got her. Now just reel her in.
Then...
Wait. Let her come to it herself.
I don't believe the Fat Man's Youth Center is going to change anything. I won't be around much longer anyway. Not with the dampness in my bones. If they want to take a chance... Who? Did you say something?
Reluctantly, she takes the pen from your hand, scribbles...
See that you didn't just get us all screwed. I might be half blind.
Let's go, Melit.
Hello again. No,
Just no?
it's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
Come on, get in. Sorry.
You go ahead. I'm
actually not, he thinks. I just dislike.
I'm sure you will feel right at home.
Hi again. So, how are things going? And? What happened? Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think? Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church? No matter. Is he good? Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point.
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I guess it's not a massive problem.
Everyone is welcome. Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay. A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you...
What a pity. That's my favourite thing in the world.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit... Unity! Dance! And you can't just evict her?
Look at you. Oh,
no, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The line's in the dark.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced...
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Oh, man! But the drug lab was like an integral part.
For me, it was my favourite part. Chemistry's great. Besides, I mean, Nordic music is great and all, but drugs, they make you feel really good. When did you last feel really, really good? Nah, but you see, no one likes drunk people.
Are pretty much the same. But instead of falling asleep at the 12th hour, they go on for 24 hours straight.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend. He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies. You know, a host.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate. Yeah, sometimes. When I, stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first, though.
The man smiles, mysterious. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Goodbye.
The young man with the tape recorder.
This is hardcore. It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibbadane.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What?
Huh? I see you're here again. Off-sign, man. A sticker. You mean the yellow one?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Seems like my creation has found its way into the legal bureaucracy. What did you want to ask? The dead guy smiling. He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always all the present moment and life. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats. Yeah, that interpretation holds. Simplicity was brought to us by classical soul artist modernism, but that was, well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's all the sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Palaceum. The beat is the same. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for? Nah. Still, you heard me.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings. Almost walled. This is either an ominous or my money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over something. There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 14 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise. Once the construction starts, it will probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired.
I should have seen it. The people in the village are going to move out on their own. All we can do now is not mail these to Evrata content. Your gun would probably stay missing though. Let's go get it then.
Hey, her innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers. You have the headless Fallen Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back. So very, very, very nifty. Nifty and
Yes, what is it? What? No, no one.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Interesting. A police officer trying to evict a citizen from a public space, despite the Wayfarer Act.
The Wayfarer Act states that citizens have the right to gather in public spaces
And she's not. Disrupting any...
I'm a circuit vendor, and no one ever has anything against circuit vendors. I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work. No? Yes. And? I don't care. I don't care about craftsmen. I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. Great.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it, a glossy look in her eyes.
All right. Bring me the game's off-site copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio.
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just...
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Oh God, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically...
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear? Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the buildings. In the giant ice bear fridge! I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. That feature creep and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out. The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means. Of course not. Anyway, I don't have my keys anymore and she won't let me in. Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. She literally started praying for the higher powers when she first...
The lieutenant coughs like he's a...
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal... Thanks. And here's my Kvalsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy...
The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is Prybar version 2.0 for professional.
Yes? Thanks.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
An old door, worn by elements. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot?
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there, in the whirling in rags. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps, but anyone could have made it. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can... It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there. Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tiomutiri to Astra or Juan?
Tiomutiri was a Revacholian colony on Ilmara. The Suzerainties population was mostly Ilmaran Areopagites, up to 97%. Oh, you do? The butts you saw had a silhouette of a boy wearing a coffee hat, a tobacco picker. This boy is the Tiomutiri brand logo. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Juan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, a legendary cigarette from Grad. Tiomutiri, there, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blew a glowing light on the third floor of the Whirling in Rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender. Take a longer look at yourself and how you're a metaphor. It's always metaphor. Exactly. The blood of industry, the engines of fortune once roared here. Great wealth poured. The engines stopped. The West Revacholian industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now, extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape, a landscape despoiled by industry. Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning it up, but you're a cop. You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling. Still call. This feels wrong. End of tone.
Find the time to call me. It gets silly. Are you sure you're here?
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case.
Then we're definitely doing it.
You're stupid. Okay. What?
I don't think...
Then we're definitely doing it.
Tequila sunset. Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my key.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got... He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Wonderful. Then I...
All kinds, sir. Beer and wine. The legend returns. You know the dance. Smokable smokes, pissable pilsner. Drink it.
then convert it to piss. And there's...
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer? Oh? Who? Okay. When did this person stay here? Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been... Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
I'll just keep the Corda Leche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty by the...
Of course. Jetty. I prefer...
Something about the way she says it.
Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Corda Leche red.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse?
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept. How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in...
Fortunately for you, madame.
All right. Politics time. Real men. Real politics. Real thoughts in your head.
That they don't. Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Celindian, Isola. I'm guessing you don't know then. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation. I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Of course. I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit.
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. Here? Oh, no. No, don't tell me. I don't want to know what... A giant statue of him, or a youth center with Edgar Clare's Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him. First, there won't be a youth center. Whatever he has told you, or the residents, it'll be something horrific. Perhaps... A fishery. I've been speaking with Lillian here. Sadly, it's just one of the million things I'll never get round to. I just have to accept that I'll never be the rich candy girl who goes... Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective.
She is more defensive about it.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information? A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that. Oh my...
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
That's good to hear, Detective. Police work is...
Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal. And it was not...
This seems serious.
I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business.
While we appreciate your assistance, ma'am, I'm afraid we can't.
That is only fair. It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
There's something in you that really likes the way she's looking at you just now.
Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See? Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished at the traffic jam...
She must really want you to look into the drugs. Otherwise, she'd tell you.
Yes. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. Brinkmanship or saber rattling? Was he...
No. It was more like he wanted things to get worse. In secret, of course.
Or he wants you and me to be...
There's always that risk, ma'am. But if I may offer my opinion, he means it.
I'll think it over, Detective.
Have I underestimated the Union's ferocity?
What you've said is quite enough. You've given me a lot to consider. And may have... Of course, Detective. You can always drop by later, should something come up. Now, what else can I do for you? What we do? I'm afraid I don't...
She nods.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
This is Precinct 57. Yes, I got the mercenary's name and...
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Cortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S-K-O. He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort. Then the armor followed him to Semenine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even enter. It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in the...
It is. Thank you, Alice.
None, officer. Sorry.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
The name. This is very good. Ellis Cortenaer.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? 57.
In the cabin, you see a... The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog.
It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold... Yes, you might even call...
Some areas...
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Casting the filament slides out of its glowing nest. Nothing, something's missing. There's no, like a smooth draw. The filament, the speaker...
Good morning.
This is a...
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Good. Please repeat the password. Good. I've unlocked the production schedule.
Really?
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you? Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoked. With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing. A piece of paper. It's a project report written by the first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce. While in its short time of existence, Fortress, the first tranche of seed financing, brought in 100. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 real. Let's just say it was a real adventure. Fortress Accident employed 18 people. The bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts. And a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists? It didn't. No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skipped. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property. The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into banquet, not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers. It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large and no amount of money. They tried to make a 4 million real game with 400. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower. They couldn't. No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, that is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads. At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Sulisław Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a secret mystical location. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless part. The world had never seen their kind before, and so many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men. Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while. The lieutenant taps his foot, impatient. Well, yeah, that, and the catastrophic data loss. On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness. What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front. Just when the project was returned, it was complete. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss. Always read the terms, and let's face it, they didn't have any money left for a legal action. Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy, and S. Lukanen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off. I didn't have a home anymore. So I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal. Her former colleagues would agree with you. She's right, actually. Nothing wrong with keeping this type of filament memory in a fridge. The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later. 4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. That's what the street sign next to the church said. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the frame. This old fireplace is the whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand crank. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it, turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water. The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice. Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box. Somewhere in the dark, a giant electrical mammal stirs to life. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and content. This orange machine is buzzing like an old two cables up an electric sizzle. The room. This orange machine is buzzing like an old. Only the black cable, something close.
Very smart. Opening the lid should be much easier after the ice cream maker has defrosted.
This orange machine is dead still. This orange machine is dead still. It ice squeaks beneath your Kvalsund malt, and it's already unplugged. There's not much. This orange machine is dead still. Ice groans and howls under the strain of your giant Kvalsund. Darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign. You gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it.
We should take it back to Miss Lukanen killed as soon as possible.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments. The filament slides out of its glowing nest. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good morning. Fortress accident. Please repeat. Is this the offset copy? Good. Please repeat the password. No, that's not it.
Maybe it's the second part of the leitmotif you saw on the stained glass window.
Good. I've unlocked.
Ka-ching.
Fortress accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework. It sounds like something cracks, something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this. The paper is soaked with ink. Its monochrome darkness spanning from...
Odd. Something is obviously broken here.
It's just black. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent, the filament slides out of its glowing nest. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. The filament slides out like a smooth draw. The filament the speaker.
Good morning. Please repeat. Is this the offset? Good. Please repeat. No, that...
Maybe it's the second part of...
Good.
Ka-ching.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still... The speaker comes to life.
Good morning. Please repeat. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still... It sounds like something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this. It sounds like something's broken. The paper is soaked with ink. It's monochrome darkness spanning from margin to margin. It's not possible to make out. A single speck of white shines out from the shade. For some reason, the printer decided this must be the information Sorna is looking for. She knows how to make sense of it.
Odd. Something is obviously broken here.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework. Tiles on the cube. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye? I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit.
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same. The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. Hell, most likely. His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this...
Did he feel like he has to prove he can still pull his...
Guess he was about to head home. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his whole army, the only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. And she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love it, we've hated each other our entire lives. Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that. Let me see. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young René looks so happy. I'm sorry, officer. I just...
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know René had the photo. Yes, we are both...
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something. Yes? What about René?
Yes.
It is what I just don't know anymore. Everything, really. I probably knew him better than...
Teacup? Oh, because of the ceramic armor. Clever.
Yes, what is it? Yes? Thanks. Looks like it's the one. Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it. A speck of white? That's exactly what I'm hoping to find. Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. Watch. What an intricate...
The paper gets soaked in ink. This is wrong. Machines shouldn't behave like that. Sorna doesn't reply. Her hands running over the printout.
Here. I found it. Hold on. Shh. Just give me a second. I'm on.
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
Done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly. I found the coordinates.
Great job.
Thank you. There. In the swallow. Think you can help me again? I need you to go move those water bolts for me.
What an interesting proposition. Truly a task for the intellectuals. Solving.
Figure it out? No. I don't need you to figure. Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bolt 2 centimeters to...
What? She only wants you to follow. Yes, but you like moving things around. Moving things around is calming.
Thanks.
It's awfully silent. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls. Each... Oh boy, this is going to be good. It moves like this task is an insult to your mental skills. Some water... The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the...
Yes, what is it? Great. Everything should be aligned now. Yeah. Nothing. Now the only thing left to do is to... If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes. Honestly, I'm a little scared. I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is... I don't know. I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to...
Like that evil ink that filled the printout, erasing coherence and meaning.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just tired.
Let's think about this logically. Why would nothing be terrifying if it's, well, nothing?
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
The lieutenant take, and then nothing happens. As Sona Lokanen-Kilda presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence. She doesn't answer. Her eye...
Damn it! Yeah, nothing happened. Let's move on. No, my hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard... But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
This can't be it. You should have a listen.
Yes, what is it?
Everything disappears. You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little... And then the pressure changes. It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we...
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing...
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco... You mean the speed freaks? Of course, the speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me? I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence. Sure, let me know how it goes. Thanks, officer.
Hello again.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Yes? What's the deal? We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of the Nordic dance music. That's fine. We can manage. And what about the side business? Have you made up your mind? Oh man, really? You're a complete ballbuster. Fine, we can make do.
Yes, what is it?
What? What did you say? I can't hear you. The music is... Oh, the project. It's not going well. There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers. He doesn't listen to me. He only ever... Thanks. Let me know how
back to the heavy... Hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibbity...
Your cop training did not prepare you for this.
The club. True, hard, full, cut. Hardcore! Hardcore, internally coherent. Good morning, yeah! 1, 2, 3, Yeko Kata, the place to be! It's the message, so... The true, hardcore, internally coherent. All car!
He furrows his brow as his very large head trick.
Hardcore! Ah!
Is it though? What is it? I mean, really?
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks. The close. Hardcore. Internally co. All car. All right. Yeah. Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my job. Hardcore party 24/7 beyond the...
There is a place far away in Cutler, beyond a certain latitude, known as Winter's Orbit, where there are 25 hours in a day. It is a tremendously cold place, abandoned.
Vic, true, hard, internally, all car, all right, yeah!
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore!
The question is, what is the question? But there was a question?
Vic, hard, internally, all...
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore!
The question is, what is the question? But there was no...
Vic, true, hardcore, internally coherent. All car, all right, yeah! Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my job. 2 on a track. Watch your back. Yeah, it's all set up, man. Ecstatic vibe. Now, the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honours, detective? The name. Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes, you should do it, detective. It would be good for the signs.
Noid's right. You've helped us so much.
How about something simple, like...
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real. Yeko
Qatar, the zone of ecological
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be...
The amnesia.
Like the... I can't...
It's not amnesia, guys.
I don't.
Good. We have too many... The name. Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes, you... Noid's right. You've helped us so much.
I wouldn't build a club.
An underground place with no...
We're not going with anything the Crabman would...
Why not?
I don't care. I don't like...
You have? Well, what's the name?
Like that DeLorean word for the world.
But Dysco Elysium? Isn't it wacky? Disco's...
The past is the future! But... No, it's beautiful. Beautiful
and short.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Dysco Elysium.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion.
I'm dancing!
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be dancing?
Yes, my man!
Talk? What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with moves?
It's to express my...
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure, with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
Or because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my... I want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20, not 20. Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes. Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway... Goodbye.